you very much. Charles Marsala, followed by David Moncondui, followed by Matthew Hill.
Hi there. Thank you, council members. I'm at on Breakwater Drive in the Marina. I am a two-lane engineer, and as you know, I was also a former mayor in California, and we dealt with retention ponds, we dealt with loose impermeable soil. I do want to add that in the Marina, 5 times this year, we've actually had water over the docks. This storm we didn't, and it was 2 feet below. What I was told was that there was a pipeline that dumped water out into the lake, and it had been broken since Katrina, and the water flowed back into the marina because of that, and that's when normally these pumps would be turned on. We would see this quick water rise, and then it would go out as it leveled out into the lake. That did not happen this storm. So I don't know if that's accurate or not, but it's urban legend right now, and it's kind of strange that we did not see the boats and everything else come up to the docks like we've seen in the past. You do have a lot, I do want to say an odd thing here. The length of this meeting, I've used the restroom twice. There was water in it earlier. The drains must have kicked on because it was gone when I went to use it the second time. Okay. You have a lot of money to figure out what to do with, and that should be an issue right now as you go into the next budget, and however you approach that. As you know, I articulated 2 months ago that you might want to look at an earlier inauguration so that those people could address the budgets, especially with Cedric Grant resigning. Who's going to make those appointments? But if you don't go forward with that idea, you need to articulate a plan that's going to allow for that transition. Who's going to appoint Cedric's replacement, and will the new mayor be comfortable with that? I know Cantrell wants to replace the police chief. You could be at a 5-month gap there, and you could have that with several other political appointments. I was here in '78 when we flooded at the May 3rd flood, and I hear now that we're still at those rates, 1 inch an hour and then a ½ inch after that. The city may want to look at going to a faster rate to get out. And maybe these big Army Corps pumps that are only hurricane, there's a way to put a pipeline in it to help do that, as well as some of the green things we've heard. The funny thing also, last week we kept hearing the budget that was proposed by the mayor to implement early has a rainy day fund. And how funny that came to us within 5 days, the need for rainy day money. It really needs to be addressed to solve a lot of the issues I think you have. On 2 separate other notes, somebody approached me this week that we send 100,000 tons of glass to landfills right now, and that they actually have a plan that they think they could recycle that to dump off the coast as sand, and that it's very high quality sand that you could actually blow on it, I was told. So we might look at recycling. And finally,
where's that happening now, Mr. Marsala?
I'll have to get that to you, Jason. The man, I was actually doing some homework on something. I was at a museum in New Orleans, and the gentleman gave me his card, but I'll be happy to get that to you. And the other thing that was sent to me, as you know, I've been very active lately, was, did the mayor buy the cranes to remove the monuments? And if so, we're looking at a lot of other things right now. Is that something you guys might want to look at, is how some of that money flowed? Thank you for your time.
Very much. Mark